If you've played through the original Spyro trilogy on PlayStation 1, then you already know the pure horror of the level that I'm about to discuss. I'm warning you, this video will give you rage-inducing flashbacks to your younger years if you've played these games as a kid, so please heed my warning now. I mean, imagine, if you will, taking the trouble with the trolley orb challenge and making that level of frustration into an entire level. That is the threat level that we're talking about here, people. Go to any Spyro forum online and you will no doubt read the accounts of many fallen players who just wanted to finish Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage with 100% completion. And God rest their souls. I pray that I will be blessed with the strength to expose this level for what it is. But if not, I urge you to push on, my brothers and my sisters, and complete this nightmare world, collect all the gems, get all the orbs, and grab that dreaded talisman. Your guidebooks shall need it. Today I'm going to tell you why Fracture Hills is fucking garbage. The original Spyro trilogy is beloved by so many, and I'm no different, as I've played through the original games countless times in my life. Recently, we were treated to a remake of the entire trilogy thanks to the efforts of the developers at Toys for Bob. All of the wonderful moments from our childhood are back on PlayStation 4, and they look absolutely incredible. As a kid, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage was my absolute favorite in the franchise, and was the game I was most excited to revisit. I decided I was going to 100% the game, and so I coasted through Summer Forest, beat Crunch, hopped over to Autumn Plains, and beat the first few worlds. Hell, I even beat this asshole's challenge relatively easily.
Trouble with the trolley.
But, as I paid Moneybags his small fee to learn the climbing move, and I ventured into the castle, I decided to go ahead and grab the rest of the gems and the orbs in this homeworld, in order to finish it up. But as I went past Scorch, and turned that corner, and went down those stairs, I saw it. Fracture Hills, and I knew I was in for some shit. For those of you who don't know, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage is all about platforming and collecting as this beautiful, perfect, purple specimen of a dragon. Perfect. You have three main collectibles in this game: talismans, orbs, and gems. These items can be found through many different worlds. There are 3 hub worlds in the game, and each of those hub worlds is home to various numbers of levels. Each level contains a talisman that is awarded simply for reaching the end of the level, orbs that are collected after completing minigame challenges, and gems that are found all over the map, but there are a ton of them to grab. In order to finish the game with full 100% completion, you'll have to snag all of the gems in every level, get every talisman, and collect every single orb. Now, normally this isn't too bad, but one level makes it so mind-numbingly frustrating to do so when compared to the rest of the levels, and that level is fucking Fracture Hills. You hear that shit? Huh? You hear that? Kind of stings the ears, doesn't it? Well, get used to it, because you're going to be hearing it a lot in this horrible place. When you first enter the level, the cutscene shows an Earthshaper painfully listening to a satyr playing the bagpipes, and you know what he does? He does us all a favor, and he turns that beast into stone to shut him up. I think to myself, oh, this is different. This is the first level where the inhabitants already have it figured out. They don't need my help. But guess what? Wrong! The satyrs and the fawns are the good guys, and you're actually supposed to save them. There are 6 satyrs scattered throughout the hills for you to locate and bust out of their stone prisons. Each time a satyr is freed, he plays the song of his people, and the music is so powerful that it literally breaks stones into nothingness. This cutscene plays every single time you free one of these bastards, and so you are going to be sitting through the sound of these bagpipes 6 times, and oh my god, it's so annoying. Please, just shut up. And you know what? That's just the beginning of the nightmare. As you progress through the level in search of these satyrs, you come to realize that the enemies of this land are disguised as bushes and trees. As you get close, they come to life and attack you, the most horrifying of which has to be the bush that opens its mouth up all wide to eat you up, and it moves towards you super quickly. Honestly, I gotta believe that somewhere on this planet right now, there is a full-grown man who is terrified of bushes because of playing this level as a kid. He probably never goes out for a hike for fear that a tree's gonna come to life and snatch him up. So anyway, eventually you reach the end of the level, and with your ears bleeding, you collect the Fracture Hills Talisman, which ironically is another instrument, just in case you wanted to be reminded of this shitty music when you look back to the guidebook in the future. Well, at least the fawn that gives it to you is relatable.
Oh, hi, Dragon Boy. You're probably expecting me to say, "You're my hero. Thanks for saving poor, helpless little me." Sorry, short. I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet.
And then that return home portal spawns right next to you, and you think, oh, thank God, it's over. But then you remember, oh yeah, I'm trying to complete this game with 100% completion. And if you thought things were bad before, oh, no. You just wait, my boy. You still gotta grab all the gems and all the orbs. Let's start with the gems because, you know, this isn't actually too bad because Sparks will point you to the location of the nearest gem you're missing if you hold the L3 button. But you'll soon come to realize that a few gems are locked off behind a door that you can't flame through or charge through. That's right, kids, you're going to need a Supercharge in order to get through this door, but luckily for you, one isn't too far away. Except, it's blocked off, and the only way to get back to the door is to follow a hellish course of twists and turns and jumps, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Opening this door will get you an orb if you talk to the fawn standing next to it, but at first, all she tells you is that her friend is trapped and she needs your help opening the door, and the hint for how to do so is pretty much worthless. Break down the door? That's the hint? Are you fucking kidding me? No shit, I gotta break down the door. Well, what am I supposed to do? Every other mini-game in this game tells you exactly what you need to do in order to finish the challenge, or makes it so obvious that even a moron could figure it out within a few seconds. But this, they don't even mention the Supercharge. They just say, here you go, figure it out on your own. Which I guess is fine, the game expects a little more intellect from you here, but besides the Mystic Marsh cryptic bullshit side orb, this is the only time that the game asks you to be smart, and you know, it just seems like an oversight. So you find the Supercharge.
Supercharge?
And if you're like me, you've killed every bush and every tree, but the power-up still hasn't collected enough souls for you to use it. Which again, is a very grim thought if you spend too long thinking about it. It's a machine that runs on the souls of the dead. In order to power it up, you're going to need to kill some of the Earthshapers. And you know what? That is absolutely heartbreaking, because they were the ones who saved you from the awful bagpipe music. But here's the thing, you can't flame them and you can't charge them. You have to literally slowly push them into the lava and watch them drown and burn alive. And the poor bastards, they leave you with a frowny face and waving goodbye before exploding into pieces. Who is the real monster here? It is you, Spyro. No, goddammit, it's me, the player. Why are you making me feel like this game? So finally, the Supercharge is powered up, and you begin this run of trying to get to the door just to open it up, free the fawn, and get the orb and the gems inside. And it's so trial and error that it's not even funny. You have to make sharp turns, bashing through doors that make it hard to see because when they explode, the debris goes everywhere and you can't really see what's right in front of you, so you have very little time to react. And this jump fucking sucks. I had to restart so many times from this jump, and each run back to the Supercharge gate just added to the mind-numbing tedium. It's awful, but finally you overcome it and free this fawn and get the orb and the gems inside, just in case you're keeping score, that's 1 orb. You still have 2 more on this level to get. And it gets even worse still. Near the Supercharge portal, you find Hunter trapped in stone, and he tells you that an alchemist is nearby with a potion to free him from this stone. In the house right next door, you find this alchemist, and he tells you, hey, I got the potion to free Hunter. All I need you to do is guide me over there and protect me from the Earthshapers. And you look outside and you think, well, duh, bitch, let's go. We just gotta go left and you're there. That's all you gotta do. Literally, just go left. It's gonna be so easy. But no, this so-called genius alchemist can't figure that out. Instead, just like me playing this level, he actively wants to die. It's just more trial and error as he happily skips along right near the Earthshapers as they get ready to smash him unless you charge them in time.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street and I know it's my time to go.
He takes the dumbest path you possibly could, and you fail over and over again as you have to learn the pattern before you can succeed at it. And then at the end, this motherfucker, he will go around this stone pillar right towards an Earthshaper. So you think, oh, I just gotta charge that one and he'll be safe and this will all be over. And you fail. And you think, what? How? I just charged that, I just got that Earthshaper, I charged him. The alchemist is fine, isn't he? No. Once again, this man jukes you out like Barry Sanders housing a touchdown and goes back around the pillar towards another Earthshaper who smashes him. What? Excuse me? You did what? Why? Why would you go that way? So finally, after many, many failed attempts, you succeed, and the alchemist frees Hunter, and you collect your second orb. Only 1 more to go, right? Right? Just 1 more? Alright, Hunter, tell me, what do you want me to do? What is the last thing I need to do to get that last orb? Please, just tell me so this can be over.
Come back and meet me here when you've learned how to headbash, and we can kick some Earthshaper butt together.
I need the headbash? But I don't have the headbash. I don't get that power up until I make it to Winter Tundra. I'm gonna have to come back here again and do this level again to get this orb. Oh my god, I've never felt this much sadness in my life. So what do? You gotta grab the rest of the gems, you gotta get out of this level. You know, eventually you beat Gulp, you learn the headbash technique from Captain Prick over here, and you come back. You break every satyr out again, hear those bagpipes 6 more times, and then you see it. The most insulting thing about Fracture Hills. The most infuriating realization in the entire game. Hunter is trapped in stone again. What? How? That's right, you gotta free him again by guiding the alchemist a second time. You gotta do that shit again. Oh my god. And if you're unlucky, by this point you'll have forgotten the path he takes because you've had to play so much more of the game to get the headbash, and so you lose multiple times over again. And then finally, after you've wasted all that time, you free Hunter, you collect the same orb again, and the game has the gall to tell you, oh, you've already collected this orb. Bitch, I know. You think I wanted to do that again? Wrong. Very cheeky move by the developers right there, putting that little note in there. Oh, you've already collected this orb. You're getting on my nerves now, boys. You're getting on my nerves. So finally, what does Hunter want you to do? Well, at least, you know, we're back to where we were, and we finally have the headbash. So what do we have to do? Well, you have to help Hunter kill all the poor little Earthshapers who just want some goddamn peace and quiet in the Fracture Hills. You know, what's so wrong with that? What is so wrong with just wanting a little peace and quiet?
I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet.
I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet.
So you go on this murder spree, taking them all down as Hunter electrocutes them, and then you headbash them into oblivion. I mean, it's easy to do mechanically, but from an emotional perspective, it's heartbreaking. You have to kill the people that you love. They just wanted some peace and quiet, now they're dead. Finally, Hunter gives you the orb, and you get that 100% level completion note. And you don't feel good about it, do you? No, you don't. You don't feel good. You just realize you get to stop now. You get to stop playing this level. That's all there is to it. Or so I thought. Besides completing the game 100%, I also wanted to get the Platinum Trophy, and each level has its own trophy to collect. Now, I realized this after I had already left the level for the second time, and that means in order to get that trophy, I'd have to go back to Fracture Hills a third time. At least this time I finally realized you can skip the bagpipes cutscene if you just press the triangle button. Oh, thank God that's over. And so you might be wondering, what is the trophy for Fracture Hills? What does the game ask you to do to get this little trophy? Well, they want you to destroy every single Earthshaper. Absolutely heart-wrenching. Why do you want me to do this game? Why do you want me to kill the good guys so badly? Why?
Why?
But don't worry, because after the camera gets stuck and you realize that Spyro's lack of ability to turn quickly while charging gets you hit a couple times, you will no longer care about these Earthshapers. You'll get pleasure from watching them burn in the pits of hell. Bye-bye, bitch boy. I'm gonna burn down the lot of you. And so you do, and finally, after all that shit, you are done with this land. Congratulations, sir, it's over. Until a few years later, when you've suppressed your trauma, and you decide to play the game again, only to climb up that castle in the Autumn Plains, turn that corner, go down those steps, and see it once again. The gateway to Fracture Hills. Whew, that was a doozy of a video. You know what? That was pretty good. I got a little emotional there. But you know what, man, this video was a lot of fun to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, consider checking out some of my other content on the channel. I do Let's Plays, reviews, and my own series called Psychology of Gaming, where I look at how psychology relates to the world of gaming. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing for more. And as always, have a nice day, and take care.